Hello, good morning to each and everyone. So today it was just a very short notice that everyone was telling about that there will be a presentation about language variants in the class. So I just made it just real quick. And I know that there are things that has to be considered when it comes to presenting this particular topic, but unfortunately, I didn't have the time to scan this topic and just didn't have the time to ask about this because I was absent last week and I had a series of absences 2 weeks ago, so I wasn't able to catch up. So I was just told that we're going to be having a presentation, so I'm going to present it to you. So today I am assigned to, or are reassigned. Today I'll be just presenting to you the comparison of American and British English. What are the main reasons of differences? So these are the common reasons. The first one is differentiation, dialectology of local groups, differentiation, dialectology, social groups, unification and differentiation of local and social dialects, isolation and unification of dialects in literature. So I think it's all self-explanatory. So even in the United States, there you can see that, or you can notice that from one state to another, they have a different kind of accentuation of the English language. So apparently you're going to be seeing, obviously, differentiation of the dialect of local groups, social groups, and the social dialects as well. Okay, so the spoken forms of British English vary considerably, reflecting a long history of dialect development amid isolated populations. In the United Kingdom, dialects, word and accents vary not only between England, Northern England, Scotland, and Wales, but also within them. So as you can see, the differences between American and the British accent is so apparent and so obvious when it comes to pronunciation. So say, for example, in this word, in the British accent, they sound it out like, or they pronounce it as tomato. In the American accent, they sound it out like tomato. So the T, it's actually silent T. So the T is omitted. It's not being sounded. They also differ in spelling. So as you can see, the difference between these three sets of words. Say, for example, theater. Okay, in the American pronunciation, the first word is theater. In the British accent, this is theater. The second word is center in American accent and center in British accent. American accent for this word is color, and in British accent for this word is color. So I guess pretty much that's it. So the R is not sounded in the British accent, color, and here in the American accent. Okay, actually, this is the British spelling of the words, and this is the American spelling of the words. Okay, you might be confused. So again, this is in the American, this is theater, center, and color. The R is sounded. The ending sound is of this word. But in the British accent, this is theater, center, and color. So the R is not being sounded. They also vary in meanings of words. So as you can see, they both actually are showing different kinds of objects. So as you can see here in the American part, it shows you potato chips, but here it's actually showing you fries, but they both actually referring to chips. So I like to eat chips. Here, as you can see in the American part, they're showing you the American football, okay? And here they're showing you the football, the soccer, okay? So they differ in meanings, or meanings of the words. Another example, as you can see here, this is we all know that this is a flashlight, but in Britain they call it torch. In Britain they call it chips, and in the US they call it fries. Here in this picture they call it garbage in the US, and in Britain they call it rubbish. In this picture right here, the pinky one, in the US they call it jello, in Britain they call it jelly. Another picture here, it's going to show you a license plate. The Americans say it like that, but the British people are going to say it number plate. Here another one, if you're gonna line up for something in the American, they will ask you to please fall in line, but in Britain they will say, okay, go ahead and do the queue, okay, queuing. And here this is a pair of pants in the US, but in Britain they call it trousers. Here there's another picture, they call it scotch tape, but in Britain they call it sellotape. Here, as you can see, this is a sidewalk, but in the US they call it sidewalk, but in Britain they call it pavement. So there are more other words like apartment in the US, flat in Britain, cab in the US, taxi in Britain, can in the US, tin in Britain, candy in the US, sweet in Britain, cookie in the United States, biscuit in UK, corn in USA, maize in Britain, diaper in the United States, nappy in Britain, drapes in the US, and curtains in Britain, eraser in US, rubber in Britain, fall in the US, autumn in Britain, faucet in the US, tap in Britain, and flashlight. Yeah, we made mention about this a while ago. Flashlight in the US and torch in Britain. So as you can see, they differ. To sum up, they differ in the meaning of words, pronunciation, and spelling. Okay, thank you.